Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Florida Gators. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Buckeyes about to kick it away and get this season started. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. From the gun to Gale, looking for room. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Yeah, taking the shot down the field, I love it. Offenses have to do that. A lot of times offenses get pretty conservative, but take deep shots down the field. Try to make those big plays. Trust your wide receivers and your big play guys to make those shots down the field.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. The Gators want to crank the tempo. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Got his man to the left. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Looking to throw on 1st down. unloads it left. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Guys, let's chat about Florida. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse. Breaks into the open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw again. Got the quick pass. Couldn't quite get the huge play on that one, but he goes out of bounds at the 37.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
And the Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Gators back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Snagged out of the air. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Behind the chains now on second and long. Wants to go up top. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Bringing it back at the 30. Inside the 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. He wants to change this route. Wants to go up top on first down. Wasting no time taking a shot. Makes the grab down the left side. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
If I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Wants to throw on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Right on target this time. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Gators started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2, and they take an 8-7 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The toss sweep to the right. Got the first down. Looking for more. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
They'll move the tight end. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
Starting to feel a little pressure. On the run, fires downfield. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Find some fresh air. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Gators want to pick up the tempo.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the right.
And that's just a timing route. And if I'm a quarterback and they're going to sit back in zone, when I run those crossers, man, I just wait for that zone window to open up, anticipate it a little bit, chunk that thing, and let my receiver do the rest of the work.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. The offense changing the play. Gets the back moving. To the air on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Working that left side now.
Second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions. From go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
To the end zone, and it's picked off. Takes it the other way. Inside the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The defense putting points on the board.
And that's a great job by the defender there, back in his own end. He knew he had to make a play. He jumped the route, caught it, and he takes it all the way back. Forget flipping the field. How about scoring a touchdown?
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Looking downfield on first down. He rifles one deep down the middle. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Powers through the defender. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Trying to get the corner. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Marshall. Oh, they're after him. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that one is picked up in the end zone. He'll try to take it back. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Might be changing the route. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll start this drive going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. He makes the grab. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. Looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Gator. Quick strike through the air for the score.
I just love the offense managing the clock in that situation, David. There was absolutely no panic. Calm, cool, and collected all the way down the field, scoring the touchdown, and now giving themselves an opportunity to take the lead here at halftime.
And the other side of that coin, Palmer, is the defense, man. Like, we got to keep them in bounds. We got to make sure we're not giving up big plays. They can throw it over the middle of the field. The clock's our friend, and they didn't execute good enough down the stretch of that drive to force a field goal.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. But the ball pops out on the return. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Gators will kick it off to start the second half. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking for a man. It's Marshall. Pressure coming. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. The Buckeyes heading quickly to the line. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Oh, man, this could have disaster written all over it. Going for it inside their own 40. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
And listen, obviously, this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. Be curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Quickly complete. Across the 25, he's got room. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it up to 14. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. And the rush will get to him at the 25. And the Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a game winner.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
They'll run it from the gun. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Send the tight end in motion. Running back searching for a hole. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
You're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
The run to the left. He has the first and still on his feet. Turning it on. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. They take the lead with the 6.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Notre Dame is currently up big at this moment in what's shaping up to be a lopsided affair for the Golden Domers. They're up by 17 over Missouri. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Out of bounds at the 22, and just like that, they're out of trouble.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. Tight end now in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw on line, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. The Gators are in the hurry-up.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The Gators have it with a 1st and 10.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the...
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Florida. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's hand.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Here he comes from his own end zone. Makes a move. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Give to the running back. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They'll leave it with him. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Here's the handoff. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback may change this route. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Gators come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. On 4th down, looking for the completion. He's got it. First down and more. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
To the air on first down. Steps away to find some room. He'll pull it down and run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Gators want to move quickly. They'll move the tight end. Back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The play action fake. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Bringing the heat. It's incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field now. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. Given the unrest surrounding this guy's future as the head coach, this would be a great way to get the season started.
Man, you want all the momentum you can get, and you want to quiet people down. You don't want it to get louder. The louder those murmurs talk about hot seat, and you have a tendency to lose your football team. It's a distraction. You have to talk about it all the time. So always nice, Palmer, to get off on the right foot.
You just got to be able to drown out the outside noise, right? Easier said than done. And with this win in week 1, they're going to silence the critics. But make no mistake, he's going to go into that locker room and say,
headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute. Lost one deep down the right side. And he's got it inside the 45. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Looking downfield on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. It's a great.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Man, I love being an edge player late in the ball game. You got the lead. You know it's a pass. They got to throw the football to get back in it. Flying off the edge. They can't block him. They can't stop him, and he gets the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Rifles it down the middle. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Taking it the other way. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. Ready to fire from the pistol. Handoff to the lone back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Inside the 35. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left. But, man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Leaves it with the running back. Finding an escape route. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Notre Dame is running away with this one today, thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes. They're up by 23 over Missouri. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Well, this quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
Off the play fake on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll run play action. Finds his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Gonna let it fly, and his throw is incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's complete on the right side. He's out of bounds well short of the marker, and they'll have to give up the ball. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting 1st down, so you have to be able to run.
Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard. But you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page, get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but a nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground, and most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Back to pass, it's Marshall. Under fire. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires one high and deep. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down. Throws toward the end zone. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Making side adjustments here. Wants to go up top on first down. He's taking the deep shot. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it.